Hello my fellow book addicts, Megan here, and time for my April TBR. Holy crap, it feels like I have read like nothing for the month of March. I know it's not true. I know I read a decent amount, but it feels like I haven't read anything because my TBR is more or less untouched. Now, a big reason for this is probably because as of filming this right now, it's only March 22nd, so there's still over a week of the month to go. So I can easily read another book or two in that time. So why am I filming this so early? Because this and tomorrow are going to be the last days I'm going to be able to film for this month, as I'm going to be spending most of next weekend in Boston for Anime Boston, which I am so looking forward to. And I usually try and film on Thursdays because that's my typical day off during the week. But next Thursday, because I'm taking the whole weekend off, I am working a few hours Thursday, so that's going to be blending into some filming time, so filming now, trying to get ahead of things. So, like I said, my TBR feels like it's barely been touched, and I'm in the middle of reading one now. And, you know, I also had to throw in some library books in because due dates. So, most of this TBR is the same exact as March with just a few little changes. So because most of these books I talked about last month in last month's TBR, I'm not going to go into details about summaries. I'm just going to list off and show what I have not read yet. And the first is Three Dark Crowns by Kendar Blake. And this I'm actually probably going to bring in with me to Boston next weekend to read while I'm waiting in lines and stuff. So I feel this could keep me busy for most of the weekend. The next two that I really want to get to this month are books 3 and 4 in the other series by Anne Bishop, and they are Visions in Silver and Marked in Flesh. And yeah, these are rereads for me, but first time I read them, flew through them, so I did not get a chance to sit down and film reviews for them. And I didn't want to accidentally get details mixed up between the books and say something that happened in one book that really happened in another. So, rereading them so I can have things fresh in my mind. Next, I have Moon Called by Patricia Briggs, and this is book 1 in the Mercy Thompson series. And this, I really shouldn't have too much trouble getting through some point next week, because it is pretty short compared to some of the other books I have. And like the other series, this is a reread for me. I also rushed through this series because I was just enjoying it so much, and now I want to reread it because A, it's awesome, and B, to refresh my memories of details. Then I have The Marked Girl by Lindsay Klingel. I'm still not sure if I'm saying the last name right, but yeah. And this is definitely going to be a high priority read for me in the month of April. And my final little rollover book is Frostblood, and I am blanking on the author's name, and I'm going to kick myself for that later. I don't know where my copy is currently. I know it's somewhere in the apartment, but the apartment's a little messy because my parents are moving soon. So I'm trying to get as much of my stuff out of their house as possible, so the apartment's a little cluttered. So it's somewhere, but I don't have my copy to show right now. Now, the upcoming books are books that were not on my March TBR, so they are fresh books, and the first one of that is Caraval by Stephanie Garber. I remember hearing about the synopsis when this book first came out, but right now I am totally blanking on it. Now, when this book was first being talked about on BookTube, I remember hearing some synopsises for it, but it's been a while, so they have faded from memory, and I don't want to read the flap, because it's something I want to go into blind. I don't know, lately I feel like I've been enjoying books a little bit more, going into them with just very vague ideas of what they're about. So I'm going to keep on that. What I do remember is there's this once in a year event, I believe it's the title of the book, Caraval, and the main character gets an invitation to attend, but things don't end up going as she expects. So that's all I really remember from it, but like I said, I want to keep it that way. Now, clearly, this TBR is not ambitious enough, because there's quite a few other books that I want to read, but I don't currently have in my possession. So the first of those books is Arusha and the End of Time by Roshni Chokshi, and Book isn't out yet, comes out next week, and it's something I'm excited for. I think if I don't bring Three Dark Crowns to Anime Boston with me, I will definitely bring in Arusha. And the next several books on my list are things that I hope to get to, but I'm having low expectations for. I'm keeping my expectations for myself low on it. I want to reread all of the Talon saga by Julie Kagawa before April is up, because the last book in the series, Inferno, comes out in April, I believe. So I want to reread all that. I still need to get a review up for Legion, so reread, refresh my memory, as well as refresh my memory for Inferno. I also want to reread the Avatar series by Sarah J. Maas, because the next book is coming out on May 1st, and though the details of that are still reasonably fresh in my mind, I want to really refresh things so I don't miss any important details or references. So holy heck, that is a very, very ambitious TBR. I mean, the Talon Saga, that's like 4 or 5 books right there, added to the 3 of the Avatar series, then Arusha, and all these books I mentioned, off in the corner, to my right. Oh my god. I mean, bright side is once Anime Boston is over, I will have so much free time because I won't be working on my cosplay anymore, so there's that, I guess. So yeah, that's my insanely ambitious April TBR. Oh my god, why do I do this to myself? It's like my brain is like, okay, you had an ambitious TBR last month. You didn't finish it, but you know what? Let's make next month's even more ambitious, because why not? So yeah, that's it for my very insanely overambitious April TBR. And I hope to see you guys next time.